A wise man once said that every good innovation today was someone else's thoughts that started with thinking. The houses, the beautiful houses you see, the cars you see, and then the technology we are enjoying today, the lights that you see, the aeroplane you travel with or by, and everything that is beautiful that you see today started from someone's imagination. And it all started from someone thinking. If you are a good thinker, you'll be a problem solver. If you are a good thinker, you'll be a solution giver. Now, the good thing about thinking is that you can actually learn it. I don't know, maybe some people are born thinking or being a good thinker, but I know for sure that you can learn it. Do you know all those times that, you think at night because you had problems, and all the sleepless nights that you had, and you were thinking and thinking, those times you had challenging moments and all those, time that you had all that negative, thoughts going through your mind and you were thinking of so many things. You can actually convert those moments to be positive thinking. Because if you are a good thinker, you will be creative. If you're a good thinker, you will be innovative. When you're a good thinker, you will be successful in your business. If you're a good thinker, you will be creative. There's so many things that you can do by being a good thinker. All the beautiful things that we all enjoy today started from someone's imagination, and it all started from someone thinking. Having good thoughts or sitting down to think can make you a far better person. Do you know that the times you take some decision without thinking, if you had given a second thought to some decisions that you make, it won't be a problem today for you. And sometimes, we react, or people react in certain ways because they don't take time to think. You make your business decisions because you don't think. So you can actually be creative with your thinking. You can actually make time to think. So thinking can actually be planned. If you are a business person, or you are a career person, or if you're anybody at all, if you are a student, you should be a thinker. Positive thinker. Because if you can think, then you are on your way to success. Every time that I have given second thoughts to something, every time that I have said, let me think again, I always come back with a better solution. I always come back with better ideas. Because when you think, you can see possibilities. You can see the negative side of things, the positive side of things, and you can make decisions. So, to be a good thinker, you need to clear your mind. You can say, okay, every day I will think. A lot of people actually schedule their thinking time without even knowing. Now, some people call it meditation. There are different types of meditation. So, the kind of meditation that I know as a Christian is that after studying the Word of God, I have time to reflect on the word that which I have studied. So you can actually schedule your thinking time. A time where you actually intentionally look for a topic, intentionally think about the topic. You can schedule your time. You can say 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day at a certain time. You know what I mean? When I'm talking about thinking, I'm talking about your business also, your career. A lot of people do this, but you can actually learn how to intentionally do these things, without allowing other things to, to choke your mind when you are thinking. I mean, thinking about your business, thinking how to grow your business, thinking process growing your business, thinking about your life, thinking about what you want to do for the future, thinking about topic that you have picked to learn something, to create something. Sometimes it's difficult to think. I know that because you are so worried about so many things. And that is why I said discipline is just the answer. When you put an outcome in front of you, you look at the outcome, what you're expecting at the end of the thinking, you'll know it's worth it. Don't wait for your thoughts. Okay, let me put it this way. Don't let your emotion determine when you think. Remember, I'm talking about, how you can be a good thinker. Don't let emotion determine when you think. Because your emotion can actually never allow you to have a certain kind of thinking. Because your emotion will give you what it wants, what you have inside, what you should think about. When we are talking about intentional thinking, you don't need to allow your feelings determine the time. You don't need to allow your feeling determine the fact that you have to do it. You don't have to let it be when you're happy or when you're sad. Because when you're happy, you can actually not think about what you're supposed to think about. When you're sad, you can actually not supposed to think about something that will give you ideas, good ideas, creative ideas. You start thinking about that thing that made you sad, or sometimes you start thinking about what makes you happy. You need to be, intentional. Get a topic. What do you want to achieve? What's your outcome? Set a goal for yourself in whatever area that you want to think about. It's just like reading your book. You need to pass your exam. If you're waiting to be motivated by your emotions, you're not going to pass your exams. Because so many people don't like reading to pass their exams. Some people don't like that. It's not something that makes a lot of people happy. So okay, I want to write my exam, so I'm so happy to write my exam. So I'm so happy, so I want to read because I'm happy to write this exam. So many people don't feel that way. So if you're waiting to feel that way to be happy because you want to write your exam, if you're waiting to be happy before you read for your exam, well, I don't know. Okay, so don't allow, like I said, don't allow your emotion to create your thinking pattern. And then to not relax. Because you had a thought, because you had a thought, and then you thought about it, or you have been on this thinking process, and you've made success, doesn't mean that you have to stop. It's just like, just that one good hit, and you never had another one. That one good book as an author, you made a hit and you never had another one. Because sometimes I discover that people who made one good hit in their album had all the time to think about the process, to think about the lyrics, think about the kind of instrument they want to put inside, think about so much thing, because they are not out yet. So they had all the time to do all this thinking. And then they may have done that song again and again until eventually the song comes out and is a hit. And then by the time they want to do the second one, they never gave that much attention that they put in the first one. They are not intentional. I'm not talking about the time, but the first one, they were intentional. The second time, they're not intentional. And that's how they never got any hit again. It's the same thing with so many authors. So the fact that you have, you've done it once and then you got good results doesn't mean you have to stop. Let it be a lifestyle so that you keep seeing progress in your business, progress in your life, progress in your career, progress in your family, progress in everything you do. And remember, like I said before, every human being must have a time that we think. You can only just decide to make yours something that will benefit your future, benefit your life, benefit your business. Make paths for make a path for successful thinking. Find a place for your thoughts. Or rather, you say, have a place where you relax and then you think. Because the truth is that, I don't know, for me, I like to think mostly at night or when people are not there. I don't like noise when I want to think. It doesn't help me, or rather it doesn't favor me when I have a lot of people around. So I would rather choose at night when people are sleeping, or maybe the times when I'm lonely in the house, or when I'm alone, not lonely, but alone at home. Or I choose a room where I can just go and think. So you must have a place or a certain time that is conducive for your mind to settle down. That is conducive for your mind to be at rest so you can think. The reason for that is to avoid distractions here and there. And then distract your mind from going everywhere. Because I've had several times where I want to think, and then, someone is cooking in my kitchen and something very delicious. And I move from thinking to thinking about the food. And then that food just interrupts my thinking. So we have so many things. Or you're thinking and children are crying or making noise or fighting or, arguing something and such. You just break your thinking process or your time. So there can be a lot of distractions here and there. So you create what is conducive for you, or a time that's conducive for you, a place that's conducive for you. Find a place to shape your thoughts. Now, ideas are not fully formed. When you think, you create ideas. When you think, you create ideas. Now, ideas are not fully formed unless you find a place to shape it to become something that somebody can see. You find a place where you can, put it in practice. Bring it to life. So you need to find a place to shape your thoughts. Shape it. So that whatever you're thinking can be, productive. Now, you need to keep shaping that thought. Like, okay, now let me explain it in a better way. Now, if I have a thought, if I have been thinking about, I want to start a bakery, I can do other things like, okay, I've been giving so much thought to it. I've thought of it in, every good way I know that I should. There should be a time where I need to go to a bakery, as in practically, and look at it. See what is in it. So when I see what a real bakery look like I'm thinking about it. I want to go into the business, so I'm thinking about it, but I don't know anything about it. Now, shaping my thoughts, I can go to a bakery, a a place where the people actually bake. Maybe whether bread or snacks or whatever it is. I can actually go to a bakery, look at the environment, look at how people do their job, and just take a good picture in my mind. Now, when you do that, you are now shaping your thinking. So if your thinking was just wild because you actually did not know, what you're just trying to, put everything in perspective, but you actually don't have, the right pictures. When you can get an actual picture, it will begin to shape your thoughts. So you can shape your thoughts by actually getting actual pictures of what you've been thinking about. Now find a place to stretch your thoughts. Spend time mentally to look at it again and again and again. Now don't stop thinking. Just keep thinking. Even though you have a picture, now with the mental picture that you have, you can, reshape, restructure what you have been thinking about. Find a landing place for your thoughts. Very important. Find a landing place for your thoughts. Now, a place for application. To give life and give meaning, a place to experiment what you have been thinking about, a place to test your thoughts, a place to move from abstraction to application. All this while it's been an abstract in your mind, now to apply it and let it be something that people can see, something that people can believe in, something that is tangible. So there has to be a landing place for your thoughts, where people can actually relate. That's why it's been you. So moving it from you to a place where people can actually see what you have been doing. It can be a theory, but unless it actually comes practically, people won't really take it seriously. So you need a landing place for your thoughts. Make it real. Now, this is where it becomes very sweet. That's when you begin to monetize your thoughts. Depends on what you've been thinking about. But say it's now, it's business form. Say it's something you want to create. Say it's an idea that, is supposed to fetch you some money. This is the part that, you have been looking forward to. This could be your outcome. So every process, all the process from the beginning is just to land here. So there is a place to monetize this, if that is where you're coming from or if that is where you're going to. So monetize your thoughts, if that is what you want. Market your thoughts. Explore the potentials in your thoughts. Because unless it leaves you and becomes something that everybody can partake in, people can share, it just remains a dream. So you can, don't be ashamed and don't be intimidated and don't be afraid. Once you get to that point, let it out. Push it. Even when some people say, no, it's not good enough, keep pushing it. If you feel you have put in enough time, if you feel that it is worth it, keep pushing it and keep going back to review you. Eventually, it will pay off. I hope this works for you.